going on? Rob from Clicks Geek. And in today's video, I wanted to run through a question that I keep seeing over and over again, which is which advertiser gets awarded the top ad position? All right, so this is not as easy as, whoever pays the most like it used to be. This is actually really in-depth now, and Google has several factors that some they have said, which I'm going to tell you the ones that they have said contribute to that, and they also have some ones that don't, that they haven't said that contribute to whose ad gets shown. All right, because there's so much competition on the market. I mean, I guess they got to keep some stuff close to the vest on so it can't be manipulated. But there's 5 key points that you should take away from this video right now on how to understand how they show how to understand how it works, how they show whose ad over whose. All right, does that make sense? I'm trying to explain it the best I can. All right, so first is obviously your bid for your keywords. So that's not the only factor though. Keep that in mind. So your bid is a big factor. So when it comes to one of your keywords goes to the auction against all your competitors, whatever you're bidding is definitely a factor, but it's not the factor. All right. Number 2 factor is quality of ads, landing page, website, relevancy. All right. If you watch any of my videos, you know I preach relevancy going through all of my campaigns. It's the most important thing you could possibly have when you're building out your Google Ads campaigns, is to have relevancy through your ad groups, keywords, ads, and landing page. Now, good thing I've been teaching that, because apparently that's a huge factor for getting a good ad rank, ad rank is what every advertiser campaign's assigned, and that's going to determine the higher ad rank, the more. Basically, the ad rank is just a scale of 1 to 10 type thing where Google decides how great of an advertiser you are. Okay, does that make sense? Something like that. We'll just say for today's video, that's what it is. Ad rank is going to be the ad rank of your campaign when you go into an auction. All right, if your campaign's hyper relevant, like I teach you, you're going to have a great ad rank, and your ads are going to be favored over people who have a lower ad rank. All right. So number 1, we have your bid. Number 2, we have quality of ads, landing pages, and relevancy of all of those. And number 3, we have competitiveness of the auction you're in. All right. The higher the ad rank and the better your cost per click, your bid that you set, the more you have a chance of attaining that higher position. All right. So number 4, searchers context. So this is kind of vague, and basically it's just a bunch of user signals that Google sees, like the location, the time, or the device the person using when they do a search, and you enter the auction. I would assume some of it is about like the relevancy to your location. So obviously, if someone's on their phone and they're searching for a plumber in Boise, Idaho, and you're running your campaign in targeting Boise, but you're actually targeting a bunch of cities outside of Boise too, a majority of them. If you're coming up against a competitor who's running a campaign strictly in Boise and they have a really good ad rank like you do, I assume that Google's talking about they're going to give your competitor preference over you because they're in that location only, and they're not trying to go all over the place. That's the best I can configure from what I've been learning about this here. And so search context is important, user signals, stuff like that. And number 5 is basically they call it the expected impact from like ad extensions and ads, and all it really means is they want to make sure that your campaigns are fleshed out. All right, so if you're doing responsive search ads, they want you to have every headline filled out. Every possible headline, every possible description, they want you to have it filled out. They want all of your ads, even text ads, dynamic ads, whatever. They want them all fleshed out and all the spaces being used. All right, those ads are going to improve your ad. When they're filled out like that fully, they're going to improve your ad rank, and they're going to give you more preference over someone who's running expanded text ads, but they're missing a third headline. Or they're running responsive search ads and they only have 3 or 4 or 5 headlines filled out and 2 descriptions, and they're not using all the available stuff. So they want your ads to be fleshed out. They want you to use all the ad extensions, or at least as many as you can. So that's why it's important that you take advantage of all these things they're telling you. So when Google's telling you, hey man, you gotta add more headlines here, to responsive search ads, listen to them. They're telling you for a reason. They're telling you because they're like, in the back end, they're looking at you like, wow, this guy's ad rank is not great, but he can fix it by adding more headlines or adding more descriptions or adding site links or adding a call extension. or whatever. So they're telling you some of the stuff for a reason, and the best advice I can give you is to follow it. All right, so recap the 5 things that are going to put your ad over your competitors in the top positions: your bid, the quality/relevancy of your ads, keywords, landing pages, all that stuff, the competitiveness of each auction, and they're going to factor that in. It's going to be your ad rank and your cost per click, or your bid that you have set. The searcher's context, which is basically just user signals and location devices they're using. I mean, if you're running a campaign and you're targeting mobile phones only in Boise, Idaho, and you're targeting Boise, Idaho, and you're gonna have preference over someone who's on the other side of Idaho, and not even really targeting Boise, but their location targeting is all messed up. So you're going to be in preference. Number 5, expected impact, which is just fleshing out all of your ads and your ad extensions. So hopefully this video gave a little bit more clarity. I know it's kind of vague. Some of it is still, but this is Google's keeping a lot of the stuff close to the vest on what they actually is a determining factor. They're just kind of giving you best practices, and those are the 5 that I came up with that are the most impactful, that you can actually have a decent amount of control over. All right, so hopefully I've answered your question, and don't forget, guys, to subscribe to our channel and to check out the links in the description below this video. I've dropped a link to our new 3-part Google Ads optimization video training series, which is called absolutely Google Ads Optimization Combat Tactics. Inside that, you'll learn how to optimize campaigns like a pro and do it fast. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video.